Hello everybody and welcome to this channel once again. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. So if you're new here, kindly hit on the subscribe button to subscribe. If you are old here, thanks so much for coming back again. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make a channel art or YouTube banner in Photoshop. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'll start by opening my YouTube channel art template, which I downloaded from Google. You type in YouTube art template or channel art template and you should have this open. So I'll start off by creating a rectangle over here, and then I'll right click on it and convert it to a smart object. Afterwards, I'll double click on this particular icon over here to open it to a new document for me. So basically what this means is that anything that we are going to do here, it will reflect back to the channel art template, but we don't want it to cause any harm to the template. That's why we are working everything out here. Afterwards we will save it and then it will reflect back to the template. So let's get the real thing started. First of all, I'll place my background. This is a silver Christmas background that I also downloaded from Google. You can check it out. And then I'll right click and rasterize the layer over here. So it means that now this is workable, like you can work on this particular thing. So I'll go to filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur. And then the radius that I'm using is 36. You can increase it a little bit more to about 44.2, and then I'll click OK. But this looks way more brighter than I expected, so I'll go to add some curves to it, a little curves, and then I'll bring the curves down so that I'll have something dark over here. Yeah, the next thing that I'm going to do is add some guidelines to it. So I'll go to view and then new guideline, and then I'll type in 15%, and then I'll type in again 85%, and then I'll click OK. So basically we are going to work within these two guidelines, but probably it might not happen, so let's wait to see. And then the next thing that I'll do is add this media militia particles to the banner. So I'll bring it on top of the rectangle here, and then I'll change the blending mode to screen, right click on it and go to blending options, and then I'll change the color to white so that you can see it very clearly. Okay, so I'll rasterize the layer style again and go to filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur, and then I'll decrease that one down a little bit like this. Okay, and then I'll click OK. So I'll make a duplicate and then send it over to this side just like this. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is add the picture to it. So I'll click open, and then this is a picture of John Dumelo, one of Ghana's favorite actors. And as a disclaimer, this particular channel art does not in any way belong to him. I'm just using his picture, his name, for educational purposes, just to teach you how to do it. He doesn't know anything about it, so that's it. So I'll place his picture right over here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add a text to it. So probably I'll be writing his name, and the font that I'm using is Helvetica Interact, and the font color is white. So I'll type in John Dumelo. Okay, so I'll press Ctrl T to transform this particular text that I've just written, and then place it over here. And let's add some small adjustment to it. So I right click on it and go to blending options. I'll add some drop shadows, and then the distance will be 20, the spread will be also 20, and then the size will be 80, and then I'll click OK. Alright, so let's go ahead and add some social media icons to it. Like I said earlier, this particular channel art does not belong to John Dumelo. He knows nothing about this, so I'm just using it to teach you. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some social media accounts to it. Let's say we open the social media icons over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'll select the rectangular marker tool and make a selection from here. So I'll copy it out and then bring it onto the rectangle here, and then I'm going to select the magic eraser tool and get rid of the background. Right, so let me set some guidelines over here that will help me out. So like this, let me zoom in. So we want the social media icons to fit between these two guidelines. So let me bring this one down and then scale it to fit the guidelines, just like this. Okay, so you go ahead and do the same thing to the rest of the icons. Let me do another one so you can just see it. Select the rectangular marker tool, select the type of social media icon you want to use, and then copy it out by pressing Ctrl J. Send it over to the rectangle here, select the magic eraser tool and get rid of the background. Press Ctrl T and then you can transform it. So I'll fast forward this area and I'll catch you when I'm done. And so here we are. After this, you can just select the four together, and then from here you can increase it a little bit if you want to. So now these guidelines are not needed anymore, but I'll maintain them, and then I'll push it up a little bit like this. Okay, so let's add like a notice to this whole thing. So we write new videos every Sunday and Wednesday, and we position it over here. Right click on it and go to the blending options, and then we will add a drop shadow to it, a small one. Okay, so we will duplicate that same text and then edit it to John Dumelo. So this means that we are saying all the social media accounts he uses John Dumelo, right? Okay, so I'll place it over here, and then I'll bring this one up small, and then from here we can select all of them together and then increase it out a bit so that it will be quite bold, so you can read from it, right? Okay, so now the last two things that I'll be doing is I'm going to select the rounded rectangle from here and then draw a rounded rectangle over here. The color will be red because it's a subscription notice, and then I'll zoom in and write something in it. So subscribe now. So please, if you are watching this video and you've not subscribed yet, consider doing it now, because I will be making more of this quite often. So I'll open it up and then it will fit this particular rounded rectangle. Let me bring it here, and then I'll duplicate this subscribe now text and edit it to enable notifications. Okay, so I just realized that I made a mistake here, so subscribe now. It shouldn't be subscribed now. Okay, so let's select the whole of this three and then shift it to this side a little bit. Now the last thing that I will be doing might sound weird, but let me just do it. Select the rectangle to enjoy a rectangle over here, small one like this, and have the color to be white. Okay, so add a text, and this time around the text color should be black, and the font type I'm using Acrobat. So this is just indicating the number of subscribers John Dumelo is having, and like I said earlier, he knows nothing about this, so this is not his official channel art. So let's assume that John Dumelo is having over 1 million subscribers, so 1.5 million subscribers, and then we will add that on the channel art also. You know, the higher your subscription, the higher it is for more people to consider subscribing. Okay, so with this, we're going to open up another free social media icons over here, and I will represent the Snapchat icon with the bell in YouTube. I hope you understand. So I'll bring it over here, and then I'll increase it small over here, so like this. Alright, and then if I zoom out, you should see that we have something very nicely built over here, but it looks way disorganized. So let me bring this rule over here and make sure that I have this side and this side together. So I'm going to select from the 1 million, 1.5 million to the rounded rectangle, and I'm going to push it down so that it will be in the same line with the new videos every Sunday and Wednesday. And by doing this, you can take time to make some small adjustments to your channel art, and you can consider it done. So you have your subscribe notice on it, you have the time you make videos on it, you have your social media icons on it, you have your channel name, and you have your picture over here, and your channel art should be ready. Okay, so after doing all these things, like I told you in the beginning, everything that we do here must reflect back to the main channel art template. So you can see that we have nothing over here yet. Okay, so let's click on, or let's hit on Ctrl S, and then it should save. So after that, it will just get rid of this particular rectangle over here, and then it will reflect back on the channel art. Okay, so let's close this, and then you see that it has reflected very neatly on our channel art over here. So let's do some little magic over here. Add a solid color to this one. Let's say somewhere around here, and then your channel art is neatly designed and very ready for you. So you can go ahead and save this as JPEG on your desktop. Let's say desktop over here, and then you can give it a name, and then you click on save, and then you can upload it to YouTube. So that is the smartest and the simplest way to design a very simple channel art for your channel. And mind you, this particular template is available for a few bucks. If you need it, you can just contact me via any of my social media accounts. And if you want a newly designed channel art, you can also contact me. I'll make one for you for a few bucks. So that is it. Thanks so much for taking your time to watch this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more tutorials. So until the next video, take care of yourself. I'll catch you again. Bye.